Hi future officers, welcome to EduTap and welcome to another important session of the CT360 series in which we cover the important GA and ESI current affairs. So guys, when I talk about today's session, today we will be revising everything that we have covered in the past 5 sessions, and that is why this session is the revision session of June 2024 part 1. So guys, let me tell you that this session is going to be a rapid fire one, and this is for those people who have already covered the past 5 sessions and they have not revised it. So whether you are able to retain all the important things that we have covered in the previous sessions, we can analyze that in the today's session. Apart from that, if you are someone who has not read anything in the past 5 sessions, so do not worry. With this particular session, you will be able to revise all these important topics that you have to cover from the exam point of view. So without wasting any more time, let's start the session with the very first question here on the screen. So the first question is basically related to a kind of data which has been recently released related to the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, which stated that total 4.21 crore houses have been completed for the eligible poor families under the housing schemes in the last 10 years. So guys, this question is basically not about this data. The question is related to the static details of this particular scheme, that is Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin. So here you can see that there are 5 options and you have to identify the which statement is incorrect with respect to this particular scheme. तो काफी ज़्यादा आप देख सकते हो कि अलग-अलग dimensions से related यहाँ पर information mentioned है about Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin, and here you have to go through these statements, identify the statement which is incorrect. So just focusing on the keywords here, you can see the very first statement. It states that the scheme was launched in 2016. Second statement is about the aim of this particular scheme, that is to provide pakka houses with the basic amenities to all the eligible houseless households in rural areas, and by which year it is targeting to achieve this target, that is by 2024. Apart from that, when I talk about the identification of the beneficiaries, it has been done under the National Family Health Survey. The target is the construction of 2.94 crore houses with all basic amenities by 2024, and the scheme includes a 13-point exclusion criteria for selecting beneficiaries. So you can see here that across various dimensions, like what is the launch year, what is the aim, the target under the scheme, then when identification will be done for the beneficiaries so that they can benefit, so they can take the benefit from this particular scheme, तो उसके लिए एक eligibility criteria है, उससे ऊपर भी यहाँ पर question आपसे पूछा गया है. So when I talk about all these details guys, when I talk about the beneficiaries are identified using the information from which survey, so basically they are being identified from the socio-economic caste census and not from the National Family Health Survey, and that is the reason that here statement number C, the option C, is incorrect, and that is absolutely the right answer from the exam point of view. I hope this point is clear to all of you guys. So that's how we have to cover these schemes which are being there in the news. As you can see here that some data was being released, but we have to cover the whole scheme which is important from the exam point of view. Moving to the next part. So guys, यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो कि गुरकीरत sir has discussed this particular scheme in a very detailed manner, और आप इस particular session पर जा सकते हैं, and when you will be accessing this particular session, you will be able to revise the scheme as well as this particular news article on which we have framed this particular question. Now moving to the next question. The next question is on a recent workshop which has been taken on the topic of the National Stakeholder Workshop on Safe, Trusted and Ethical Artificial Intelligence, which was being organized, and you have to go through these statements and you have to identify that which statement is incorrect about this particular workshop and the related aspects of this workshop. So in the previous CT360 series session we have covered about this particular workshop in a detailed manner. तो हम यहाँ देख सकते हैं there are 4 statements. Very first statement is about the aim of this particular workshop, that is to integrate ethical AI considerations into national and state level AI strategies. तो क्या इसका aim है कि हम integrate करेंगे ethical artificial intelligence को into national and state level AI strategies. Second part is that how much amount of money it will be adding to the India's GDP by 2025, that is artificial intelligence कितना पैसा add करेगा, that is $500 billion. Absolutely right. Third statement is that UNESCO recommendation on ethics of AI, it is basically the first international standard setting instrument on the ethics of AI, and it was unanimously adopted by all 193 UNESCO member states in 2021. Now guys, when we talk about this particular workshop, see, whenever we are covering any kind of event, we have to make sure that yes, we are covering the important details of that event, that what is the name of organization which is organizing that particular event, where that event was been organized. So all these details are really important to be covered. So यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो, it is mentioned that the workshop was organized by UNESCO and MITI. So guys, here we have to basically identify that which of the following statements are incorrect with respect to this particular workshop. Let me tell you that all these statements which are mentioned here about this workshop are absolutely right. ठीक है जी. सो गाइज यहाँ पर सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है वाई. सो बिकॉज वी ऑल नो कि इंडिया ने इंडिया एआई मिशन को भी अडॉप्ट किया था, रिसेंटली अप्रूव किया था यूनियन कैबिनेट ने विद द फाइनेंशियल एलोकेशन ऑफ 10,300 करोड़ रुपीज, एंड दिस वाज बेसिकली फॉर अ टेन्योर ऑफ 5 years. So basically that is the reason that these topics which are related to artificial intelligence and this major level workshop, national level workshop which has been launched by UNESCO and MITI is important from the exam point of view. So guys, we have discussed this in this particular CT360 series session from the PDF. You can just access to this particular session as well. Moving to the next question. So who among the following has recently become the first women helicopter pilot of Indian Navy? तो Indian Navy की पहली women हेलीकॉप्टर पायलट कौन बनी है, ये आपको बताना है चैट बॉक्स के अंदर कि क्या है उस पर्सन का नाम. सो द नेम ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर पर्सन इज अनामिका बी राजीव, हु हैज बिकम द फर्स्ट वुमेन हेलीकॉप्टर पायलट इन Indian Navy. I hope this is clear to all of you. Now you have to tell me the name of the first Lok Sabha speaker in 20 years who has been re-elected as a MP. So what is the name of this person? The name of the person is Om Birla, and he is from the constituency of Kota, Rajasthan. So these are the details that we have to remember from exam point of view. Apart from that, recently first satellite has been launched to measure the clouds vertical and horizontal distribution, and the name of this particular satellite is EarthCare. So the name of the satellite is really important here. The name of the person is very important from the exam point of view. I hope these points are very much clear to all of you. Let's move on to the next question. So next question is basically about one of the integrated generator monitoring, protection and control system which has been recently developed by the Indian Army's Army Design Bureau, and उसके ऊपर आपको दिए गए हैं यहाँ पर 3 statement. You have to go through them and identify the correct statement with respect to this particular initiative. So very first statement is that it is an IoT enabled system, and this is going to connect and exchange data with other IoT devices as well as the cloud. The development follows an MOU. इस डेवलपमेंट के बाद एक MOU साइन किया गया है during the Aero India 2023 between Indian Army and FITT at IIT Delhi. Third statement is that what exactly, see, when we are talking about a kind of system which has been developed by the Army Design Bureau, so उसका नाम हमें पता रहना चाहिए that what is the name of that particular system, and it has been named as Vidyut Rakshak. So guys, which of the following statements are correct here? Here all the statements which are mentioned are absolutely right with respect to this particular system. So guys, apart from that, let me tell you that recently the world's largest international maritime exercise was being taken. Can anybody tell me what is the name of this exercise? That is the world's largest international maritime exercise which has been recently taken in the month of June 2024. The name of the exercise is RIMPAC. That is Rim of the Pacific, and this was the 29th edition of this particular exercise. And when I talk about the theme of this exercise, the theme of the exercise was partners, integrated and prepared. India also participated in this particular exercise, and this particular exercise was held in Hawaii. Okay, so I hope that these details are very much clear, and this is something that we have to cover from the exam point of view. Now let's move on to the next question. Next question is on a very important campaign which has been recently launched by the Prime Minister of India, that is Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam campaign. And once again, some statements are been given across this particular campaign, and you have to identify the incorrect statement here. So first statement is the campaign is also known as Plant for Mother. It was launched by Prime Minister on the occasion of World Environment Day, celebrated every year on 5th of June. Second statement is that on the occasion he planted a people tree at Buddha Jayanti Park, New Delhi. It is not that much important detail that you have to cover from the exam point of view, but yes, the very first statement was really very important. Third statement is about the aim of this particular campaign, that is, under this campaign people will be encouraged to plant trees in honor of their mothers, as it symbolizes the nurturing roles of both mothers and motherers. So दोस्तों, हम अर्थ को जब हम बात करते हैं अर्थ की, तो वी ऑलवेज कॉल इट मदर अर्थ, एंड दैट इज वाई वी हैव come up with a campaign that is एक पेड़ माँ के नाम campaign. ठीक है जी. Now the next statement is that the government has a set a target. So guys, whenever such kind of targets are being set by the government, they become really very important. And यहाँ पर जो target है, that is related to the number of trees that will be planted by people. So under this particular target, 80 crore trees will be planted by September 2024 and 140 crore trees by March 2025. So all these details are there, and we have to identify the statement which is incorrect here. So guys, from the एक पेड़ माँ के नाम campaign, here none of the above statement is incorrect because all these statements are absolutely right with respect to the एक पेड़ माँ के नाम campaign. I hope that these details are very much clear to all of you. Let's move on to the next question. So you can always cover this particular topic from here because I have discussed here in a detailed manner. अगर आपने सेशन नहीं देखा है तो आप definitely इस लिंक पर जाके इस सेशन को इन डिटेल देख सकते हैं. बढ़ते अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ. So you have to identify the name of that particular port जिसको मैनेज करने वाला है अदानी इंटरनेशनल पोर्ट होल्डिंग प्राइवेट लिमिटेड, एज इट हैज सिक्योर्ड अ 30-year कंसेशन टू ऑपरेट एंड मैनेज दिस particular container terminal of this particular port. And what is the name? It is Container Terminal 2 of Dar es Salaam Port. That is option B, and that is in Tanzania. तो तंजानिया के अंदर है ये पोर्ट, जो कि हमें याद रखना है एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से. Next question is on the World Milk Day. World Milk Day is celebrated every year. On which date it is being celebrated and what is the theme for 2024? That is what we have to remember. So जब हम बात करते हैं World Milk Day, अगर आप जानते हैं कि ग्लोबल पेरेंट्स डे हम कब बनाते हैं, सो अगर आपको वो डेट याद है तो आप वर्ल्ड मिल्क डे को भी याद रखिए, वो भी सेम ही डेट को सेलिब्रेट किया जाता है, दैट इज ऑन 1st of June. एंड व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द थीम फॉर the World Milk Day, see guys, we all know that the milk products plays a very important role in our nutrition as well as अगर हम nutrition अगर सभी को मिल रहा है overall across the globe, that means it is also going to impact the global health as well. So that is why the theme for this year is dairy's role in nutrition and global health. That is the right answer. So guys, अगर हम बात करते हैं नेशनल मिल्क डे की, so it is celebrated every year on 26th of November, and that is what we have to remember from the exam point of view. Next question is on the name of the initiative. The initiative has been recently launched to explore research opportunities to foster collaboration between Central Council for Research in Ayurvedic Sciences and the Ayurved Drug Industry. तो आयुर्वेद ड्रग इंडस्ट्री और CCRS के बीच में कोलैबोरेशन हमें यहाँ पर एनहांस करना है, और साथ ही साथ उससे क्या होगा, अपॉर्चुनिटीज, रिसर्च अपॉर्चुनिटीज को वी कैन एक्सप्लोर. एंड द नेम, ठीक है, जब भी हम किसी चीज की को एनहांस करने की बात करते हैं, किसी चीज की डेवलपमेंट की बात करते हैं, दैट मींस वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द प्रगति ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग, एंड दैट इज द रीजन द राइट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन इज आल्सो प्रगति, दैट इट इज द इनिशिएटिव व्हिच हैज बीन एम्ड टू एक्सप्लोर रिसर्च अपॉर्चुनिटीज and foster collaboration between Central Council for Research in Ayurvedic Sciences. Moving to the next question, so you have to tell me the name of the organization जिसको recently confer किया गया है with the Nelson Mandela Award for Health Promotion by the World Health Organization. So this award has been given by the WHO for promoting health, and the name of the award is Nelson Mandela Award. So guys, you have to identify that what is the primary reason for this recognition, and you are also required to remember that what is the name of the organization which has won this award. The name of the organization is NIMHANS, and it has been conferred this award for promoting mental health and well-being, and that is the right answer. Moving to the next question guys, next question is on the India AI mission. I told you that India AI mission has been recently approved by the Union Cabinet, and as we have covered that particular national stakeholder workshop on the ethical AI, now we should also cover about the India AI mission. So some details about the AI mission are being given here. You have to identify the correct statement with respect to the India AI mission. One detail I already told you, that this mission has a budget outlay for 10,300 crore rupees. So that's why the first statement is absolutely incorrect. Second statement, the mission will have a tenure of 10 years. And the third statement is the mission includes the setup of National Data Management Officer. तो एक National Data Management Officer को setup किया जाएगा, which will be coordinating with various government departments and ministries. तो उनको उनके साथ ये पूरा coordinate करेगा, and That is absolutely right. So which of the following statements are correct here? Statement number 2 and 3 are absolutely right. So guys, when I was telling you about in the very first question about the India AI mission, I think mistakenly told you that it is a tenure of 5 years, but no, it is having a tenure of 10 years. So that is the right part. और budget allocation मैंने आपको already बताया that it is 10,300 crore rupees. So that is why the statement number 1 is incorrect here. ठीक है जी. So यहाँ पर एक छोटी सी गलती है guys. Sorry for the mistake here. As I told you that it is of the 5 years, so ये 5 years ही है, it is not 10 years. Okay. So basically यहाँ पे अगर हम देखेंगे तो I will be correcting it in the PDF as well. Do not worry about it. Here the mission will be having a tenure of 5 years. Okay, not 10 years. I am repeating it. It is of 5 years and not 10 years. I hope this is clear to all of you. Now let's move on to the next part. But before that, you can see here that here I have discussed this particular मिशन इन अ वेरी डिटेल्ड मैनर, और ये काफी जरूरी मिशन है आप सभी को कवर करना फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, बिकॉज अ क्वेश्चन कैन बी आस्क्ड. वी ऑल नो दैट राइट नाउ आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस इज रियली on a very high end. It is really emerging a lot. That is why this particular mission, which has been recently approved by the Union Cabinet, becomes important to be covered from the exam point of view. Now moving to the next question. So recently NHA has achieved a milestone, और ये milestone किस चीज से related था? Basically आवा बेस्ड स्कैन एंड शेयर सर्विस की हेल्प से जो आउट पेशेंट डिपार्टमेंट रजिस्ट्रेशंस हुए हैं, the number of tokens which has been issued for the OPD registrations थ्रू द आभा बेस्ड स्कैन एंड शेयर सर्विस. तो उसका एक माइलस्टोन अचीव किया है नेशनल हेल्थ अथॉरिटी ने, एंड बेसिकली इट इज द 3 करोड़ टोकन्स दैट इट हैज generated for OPD registrations through the ABHA based scan and share service. So here option C is the right answer. What exactly ABHA stands for? It is the Ayushman Bharat Health Account, and this is an initiative which has been launched under the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, which also pursues towards the universal health coverage. Okay, so these are the important details that we should remember from the exam point of view. I hope this is clear to all of you. Let's move on to the next question. Here you have to identify the name of the person who recently passed away and he won the Oscar for his work on The Godfather and the $1 Million Baby movies, and the name of the person is Albert S. Rudy. That is option E is the right answer. Next question guys, so you have to identify the name of the media baron and Padma Vibhushan awardee. So you must have basically heard about the Ramoji Film City guys, Ramoji Film City which is there in the Telangana. So उसके founding member ये रह चुके हैं, and the name of the person who was the founding member of this particular city and who was also the head of Telugu News and Entertainment Network ETV, the name of the person is C.R. Rao. That is option B. That is C.R. Rao. Moving to the next question. Next question is on the 46th Antarctic Treaty Consultative Meeting, and you have to identify which of the following statements is incorrect. So we all know guys that recently this particular meeting was being hosted by India. That is the 46th Antarctic Treaty Consultative Meeting, and we have to basically identify that which of the following statements are incorrect with respect to this particular meeting. तो पहली स्टेटमेंट में दिया गया है कि इसको ऑर्गेनाइज किसने किया, दैट इज द नेशनल सेंटर फॉर पोलर एंड ओशियन रिसर्च गोवा. तो किसने इसको ऑर्गेनाइज किया, कहां ऑर्गेनाइज किया, ये डिटेल्स काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है. सेकंड स्टेटमेंट इज अबाउट द थीम. द थीम फॉर दिस इवेंट वाज वासुदेव कुटुंबकम, which means one earth, one family and one future. Then we have also planned to set up an Antarctic research station. So guys, इंडिया ने यहाँ पर प्लान किया है that we will be setting up Antarctic research station जिसका नाम होगा मैत्री 3. So let me tell you that basically it will be setting up Antarctic research station that is named as Matri 2 and not Matri 3. That is why the statement is absolutely incorrect, and that is the right answer to this question. So यहाँ पर you can see here that Gurkirat sir has in a very beautiful manner discussed this particular initiative, and India has basically facilitated the first ever focused working group discussion on the Antarctic tourism. That is the 46th Antarctic Treaty Consultative Meeting. I hope that all these details are very much clear. आप इस सेशन को फिर से रिविजिट कर सकते हैं by clicking on this particular link. Now let us move on to the next question. So guys, the next question is basically on the 18th Mumbai International Film Festival. We all know that it is taking place in Mumbai. So 18th Mumbai International Film Festival will be taking place, and this year it has received a record submission of 1018 films for the competition sections. और इस साल there is another important thing that it is also going to feature Doc Film Bazaar, which will be for the second time in a row and will provide a platform. See guys, Doc Film Bazaar में क्या होगा? It will be providing platform to all the filmmakers so that कि वहां पर वो अपने buyers, sponsors और collaborators अपने projects के लिए buyers, sponsors और collaborators को यहां पर identify कर सके, उनको search कर सके. That is the reason that this particular film festival will also be coming up with the Doc Film Bazaar. But let me tell you that it is the very first time that Mumbai International Film Festival is bringing the Doc Film Bazaar, and that is the reason the first statement becomes incorrect here from the exam point of view, as it is incorrect with respect to 18th Mumbai International Film Festival. Second statement is about the opening film of 18th MIFF, and that will be Billy and Molly, an utter love story. Third statement is that this is a biennial event and it started in 1990, and one of the very important point that you have to remember here, that this festival is the oldest and largest film festival for non-feature films in South Asia. So guys, are you really understanding the topics that we are discussing here, the way we are revising this topic? See, as I already told you that this is going to be a rapid fire session because we have already covered all these topics in a very detailed manner in our CT360 series session, and that is why I'm also attaching the link of these particular sessions as well, कि अगर आपने इसको सेशन को मिस किया है तो डेफिनेटली आप इस सेशन के बाद PDF के थ्रू उन सेशंस को एक्सेस कर सकते हैं, and you can definitely cover those topics in a detailed manner in case you have missed those topics. ठीक है? So here guys, what is the right answer? Which of the following statements are correct here? So here the statements which are correct here is statement number 2 and 3 absolutely right, because statement number 1 we have already identified that why it was incorrect. I hope this point is clear to all of you. और यहाँ पर once again you can see here the session link from which you can just access this particular session. ठीक है जी, बढ़ते अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ. Next question guys, Center has recently released 1,39,750 crore rupees, and this basically was an installment of the टैक्स डिवॉल्यूशन. टैक्स डिवॉल्यूशन क्या है? सो गाइस वी ऑल नो कि फाइनेंस कमीशन की रिकमेंडेशन पे टैक्स डिवॉल्यूशन किया जाता है. दैट मींस जो हमारे सेंट्रल टैक्सेस हैं उनको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया जाता है टू द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स विच इज बेस्ड ऑन अ प्री डिटर्मिन्ड क्राइटेरिया. ठीक है? सो वी हैव टू बेसिकली आइडेंटिफाई कि जो 1,39,750 करोड़ रुपीस है इसमें टॉप 5 स्टेट्स कौन सी है जिनको सबसे ज्यादा एलोकेशन मिला है. सो हियर 5 स्टेट्स आर बीइंग गिवन, and you have to identify which among the following belongs to the top 5 states. Why such question? Because we have seen such kind of questions have been asked in the previous year questions as well. So here you can see Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, Maharashtra, Rajasthan is there. So basically UP, Bihar, West Bengal, Maharashtra is there, but Rajasthan is not there. Instead of Rajasthan it should be Madhya Pradesh, and that is the reason here statement A, sorry, option A is the right answer to this particular question. तो आप यहाँ पर देख सकते हो these are UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal and Maharashtra which are the top 5 states with the highest allocation as per this recently or tax devolution done by center. Okay, moving to the next question. Next question is on the 112th session of the International Labour Conference. तो इस particular conference को release किया था, organize किया था International Labour Organization ने, and guys you have to identify that which of the following statements are correct with respect to this particular session. So once again 6 statements are been given, you have to identify the statements which are correct. पहली statement है that this session of the ILC was held in Geneva, Switzerland, absolutely right. Second statement, the 4th Decent Work Country program was launched for the period 2023 to 30, focusing on promoting fundamental principles and rights at work. तो हम जब इसकी बात करते हैं तो this period was basically 2023 to 2027. That is the reason the second statement is absolutely incorrect. Third statement is that India is going to collaborate with ILO on global skills gap mapping, absolutely right. Fourth statement, ILO was created in 1929. So guys, this was created as a part of Treaty of Versailles, but it was not established in 1929. It was established in 1919. So that's why this statement is also incorrect. Fifth statement, that ILC is the ILO's highest decision-making body, absolutely right. ILO became a specialized agency of UN in 1946. Once again, it is correct. So here statement number 2 and 4 are incorrect. So the right answer will be option D, that is 1, 3, 5 and 6 are correct. I hope कि आप सभी ने इस क्वेश्चन को सही मार्क किया है अपने पेपर पे. बढ़ते हैं हम अपने अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज ऑन द तृष्णा मिशन. तो तृष्णा मिशन को रिसेंटली इसरो ने अनाउंस किया दैट इट विल बी गियरिंग अप फॉर द तृष्णा मिशन. तो Trishna मिशन क्या है, इसके क्या टारगेट्स हैं, what is the full form of Trishna, this is all what we have to remember from the exam point of view. So here Trishna की बात करते हैं, it is a joint initiative of ISRO and the French National Space Agency, absolutely right. So basically what we have to identify here, we have to identify incorrect statement. तो पहली statement is absolutely right. Second statement, the mission focuses on addressing water and food security challenges, absolutely right. Trishna mission will go live in 2025 with a duration of 5 years, correct. Mission aims to address the impact of human induced climate change. See guys, humans की वजह से जो climate change हो रहा है तो उसके impacts को भी ये address करने वाला है, which is absolutely right. So अब हमारा last ही option बचता है, so that will be the right answer. But why it is the right answer, let us see that. So basically what is the full form of Trishna that has been asked in this particular statement? It stands for Thermal Infrared Imaging Satellite for High Resolution non-renewable resource assessment. So basically it is not non-renewable, it is natural. It is natural resource assessment. That is the reason that this particular statement is absolutely incorrect here. Okay, so I believe कि जो Trishna mission है आप सभी को clear है, और बड़ा अब हम बढ़ते हैं अपने अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ. So next question is on the French Open. So guys, we all know that recently French Open titles has recently concluded, and you have to identify the name of the winners. The winners are कार्लोस अल्कारेज ऑफ स्पेन एंड ईगा स्वियातेक ऑफ पोलैंड. पहले ही ऑप्शन में हमें मिल जाता है इस क्वेश्चन का सही आंसर. सो देयर इज नो नीड टू गो टू द अदर ऑप्शंस. दिस इज द राइट पार्ट. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Here you have to identify the name of the person who has made history. Why? Because she became the first Indian fighter to win inside the UFC octagon Louisville 2024 when she defeated Ryan dos Santos of the Brazil. What is the name of the person? It is none other than Pooja Tomar, who has defeated Ryan dos Santos of Brazil to become the first Indian fighter to win inside the UFC octagon. Absolutely right. Moving to the next question, guys. So name of the person who has been awarded as the EY World Entrepreneur of the Year 2024, and it is Velayan Subia. That is the name of the person who has been awarded with EY World Entrepreneur of the Year Award 2024. Moving to the next question. So next question is on the UAV UAS Drone Acceleration and Networking, that is UDAN program. So आप यहाँ देख सकते हो कि program is there in the news, and first of all we have to remember what is its full form. That is UAV UAS Drone Acceleration and Networking. This is the name of the program, that is UDAN program. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर 3 statements are being given. You have to identify incorrect statement here. So very first statement is about this initiative. की initiative किसका है? It is an initiative of SIIC at IIT Kanpur, the Drone COE at IIT Kanpur under the government of Uttar Pradesh, and the Drone Federation of India. Absolutely right. This is an initiative of these organizations only. Moving to the next statement, that this program equips startups with the tools that they need. See guys, एक कॉम्पिटिटिव ड्रोन लैंडस्केप में आने के लिए उनको जो टूल्स की जरूरत है तो वो सभी चीजें इनको प्रोवाइड की जाएंगी, और उसके अलावा यहाँ पर कुछ फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट भी दिया जाएगा इन टर्म्स ऑफ फेलोशिप, एंड दिस सपोर्ट विल बी ऑफ ₹5 लाख पर एनम फॉर द टॉप 10 स्टार्टअप्स इन ईच कोहॉर्ट. सी गाइस, ये जो सेकंड स्टेटमेंट है यहाँ पर आपको देखना होगा कि वी हैव मेंशन्ड द स्टेटमेंट इनकरेक्टली हियर. व्हाई सो? बिकॉज दिस फेलोशिप अमाउंट इज ₹3 lakhs. And this will be given only to top 6 cohorts in each cohort, top 6 startups in each cohort, and not the top 10 startups. That is why the statement is absolutely incorrect. Third statement is that selected startups will be incubated at SIIC IIT Kanpur. Absolutely right. तो यहाँ पर हमारी statement number 2 incorrect है. So option E is the right answer. Absolutely, option E is the right answer here. Moving to the next question. So here we have to identify the name of organization जिसको recently Best Conduct of Business Regulator Award दिया गया है by Asian Banker. And why it has been given? अगर आपने ये पढ़ लिया तो आप definitely इस question का आंसर कर सकते हो, as it has been awarded for its role in enhancing regulatory framework for securities market in India. अगर हम बात करें regulatory body की, regulatory body for security market in India, what is the name of that body? It is SEBI. So here SEBI is the right answer. That is option D. SEBI is the right answer. Moving to the next question. So next question here is on the Digital Life Certificate Initiative by the EPFO. तो EPFO का जो डिजिटल लाइफ सर्टिफिकेट है उसके ऊपर ये पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन है आपका, एंड यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई द करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू दिस पर्टिकुलर इनिशिएटिव. सो हियर गाइस 6 स्टेटमेंट्स आर बीइंग गिवन. फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट इज दैट द EPFO हैज ओवर 78 lakh pensioners who must submit life certificate annually for pension continuation. Second statement is that the certificate initiative was adopted by EPFO in 2015. Absolutely right. The face authentication technology which is implemented by EPFO, it was developed by MITI and यूनिक आइडेंटिफिकेशन अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया UIDAI, जो हमारा आधार कार्ड भी इशू करती है. देन वी हैव इन फिजिकल ईयर 2023-24 a 6.6 lakh pensioners submitted Jeevan Praman through face authentication, reflecting a 200 year-on-year growth. Absolutely right. Now moving to the fifth statement, guys, it states that EPFO operates under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. अगर हम बात करते हैं EPFO की, that is Employee Provident Fund Organization, it does not work under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. It basically operated under the Ministry of Labor and Employment. That is the reason that this statement is absolutely incorrect. So the sixth statement is the EPFO's FAT implementation allows pensioners to submit life certificates using a smartphone from home. ठीक है जी. So absolutely right, this statement is right. So right answer will be option D, that is all except 5 are correct with respect to this particular initiative. I believe this is clear to all of you guys. So here you can see that the complete information has been given about the digital life certificate. इनको 2015 के अंदर लॉन्च किया गया था to enhance ease of living. Some other important things are also being given here. I hope this point is clear to all of you. You can just go back and watch this particular session as well in case you have missed these details. Now moving to the next question. So next question is on the PictoBlock, which is a visual programming tool for exploring programming, AI and robotics. अभी हमने बात किया था National Stakeholder Workshop on Ethical AI. Then we covered the India AI mission. And now guys, let me tell you that there is one state in India which has integrated artificial intelligence learning in its class 7th textbooks by introducing PictoBlock. And what is the name of this particular state? The name of the state is Kerala. Option D is the right answer. Now guys, I am having one more question for all of you. You have to tell me the World Food Safety Day. तो वर्ल्ड फूड सेफ्टी डे हम कौन सी डेट को सेलिब्रेट करते हैं? दैट इज व्हाट यू हैव टू टेल मी हियर. सो किस डेट को सेलिब्रेट करते हैं वर्ल्ड फूड सेफ्टी डे? इट इज बीइंग सेलिब्रेटेड ऑन 7th of June. 7th of June every year we celebrate World Food Safety Day. ठीक है जी. So we all know that food safety is really very important. So अगर food safety नहीं होगी तो क्या होगा? So basically we have to prepare for the worst scenario, and that is the reason this year the theme of World Food Safety Day is food safety, prepare for the unexpected. So this is basically the theme for the World Food Safety Day for 2024. Moving to the next question, guys. So here you have to identify the name of person who has taken the additional charge of DG, that is Director General of Employee State Insurance Corporation under the Ministry of Labor and Employment, and it is Kamal Kishore Sohan. That is option B is the right answer. Next question. So Claudia Sheinbaum was elected as the first woman president, but कौन सी country की ये पहली woman president बनी है? The name of this particular country is what? It is that particular country which is having the currency peso, that is Mexican peso. What is the name of the country? Mexico. Option C is the right answer. ठीक है जी. बढ़ते अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ. Next question is on the न्यू इनिशिएटिव ऑफ द यूनेस्को, दैट इज द ग्रीनिंग एजुकेशन. तो यहाँ पर एक नया इनिशिएटिव लॉन्च किया यूनेस्को ने फॉर ग्रीनिंग एजुकेशन, एंड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर इनिशिएटिव सम 3 स्टेटमेंट्स आर बीइंग गिवन दैट वी हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई व्हिच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग आर करेक्ट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू दिस इनिशिएटिव. सो फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट इज दैट द ग्रीनिंग एजुकेशन पार्टनरशिप मल्टी पार्टनर ट्रस्ट फंड. सो कब ये इसको इस्टेब्लिश कहाँ किया गया है? इट वॉज बीन इस्टेब्लिश्ड एट COP28 एज द first dedicated fund on climate change education. Second statement is that green school quality standard includes setting up of green governance committees conducting audits of energy, water, food and waste. तो ये सारी information हमारे लिए काफी जरूरी है, याद रखना. Third statement is that the greening curriculum guidance, it is a practical manual which provides a common understanding of climate education, and it is going to promote active learning and hands-on activities for the age group of the people. And what exactly this age group is? 5 to 18 plus, and that is the reason that this statement is incorrect. So what we have to identify? We were required to identify the correct statement. तो कौन सी correct statement है यहाँ पर? 1 and 2. So option A is the right answer to this question. So आप यहाँ देख सकते हो कि काफी डिटेल में गुरकीरत सर ने इस सेशन के अंदर इस टॉपिक को डिस्कस किया था in a very good detail. You can watch that session as well. Moving to the next question. So next question is on the World Bank, which has revised India's GDP growth forecast to -% from 6.4% projected earlier. So guys, ये जो growth projections हैं, they are basically subjected to change in the upcoming period. अगर हम अभी की बात करते हैं तो World Bank की जो बिल्कुल latest projection है, so for India it has projected that it will be 6.6% for this particular fiscal year. I hope that this point is clear to all of you. Now let's move on to the last question of the session. So but before that, you can see here that a complete information is been given about the World Bank Group when it was been established, कितने member countries है, उसके 5 organizations के क्या नाम है, तो ये सारी details काफी important है because we have seen in the previous years these static details about these major organizations are also being asked in the exam. ठीक है, so that is why we have to cover it on a very comprehensive manner. Now guys, we are on the last question of our today's session. The last question is on the indigenous air quality monitoring system which was launched in June 2024. So on this particular system, 3 statements are being given and we have to assess these 3 statements and we have to identify the correct statement. The first statement is about whenever we are talking about any kind of system, I told you we have to cover what is the name of the body which has developed that particular system. So here it includes CDEC Kolkata and Texmin, that is of ISM Dhanbad, and JM Envirolab Private Limited. Absolutely right. Second statement is that this particular system has been developed under the AgriEnix program. Absolutely right. Third statement is AQAIMS is an outdoor air quality monitoring system which designed to monitor environment pollutants. कौन कौन से pollutants को ये cover करेगा? That is PM 1.0, 2.5, 10, SO2, NO2, O3, CO, CO2, temperature, humidity, etc. So guys, यहाँ पर हमने जो details देखी हैं, they are absolutely right with respect to this system. But one thing we have missed. We have covered that yes, it has been developed under the AgriEnix program. But what is the full form of AgriEnix? The full form of AgriEnix is National Program on Electronics and ICT Applications in Healthcare and Environment. No, it is not healthcare, guys. As the name suggests, agri, it is agriculture. So one very big mistake was being there that we have to identify when we are attempting any question in the exam. ठीक है जी, so this is basically the incorrect part. That is why the right answer is option C, that is statement number 1 and 3 are absolutely right. So guys, if you have missed this particular topic, you can just cover it by going to this particular session as well. ठीक है जी, so guys, that was all from the today's session and now it's the time for all of you to tell me your scores out of 30 because it is very very important for you to identify your scores and you have to see that which are the questions that you have mentioned incorrectly and mention correctly. तो जो incorrectly marked questions हैं उनमें आपके क्या patterns है, कौन से डेटा आप भूल जाते हैं, ये identify कीजिए, अपने weak area को strength area में convert कीजिए till the time exam comes. ठीक है, so this is what we have to focus on and all of you are requested to tell me your scores in the comment section after this particular session, that what is your score out of 30. Apart from that, if you are still new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. और आज के सेशन का पीडीएफ अगर आपको चाहिए गए तो आपको क्या करना होगा, हमारे टेलीग्राम चैनल को ज्वाइन करना होगा जिसका लिंक आपको मिलेगा डिस्क्रिप्शन के अंदर. सो दैट वाज ऑल फ्रॉम द टुडे सेशन गाइस. आई बिलीव कि यू मस्ट हैव एंजॉयड द टुडे सेशन एंड इफ यू आर हैविंग एनी काइंड ऑफ क्वेरीज प्लीज फील फ्री टू पोस्ट डाउन योर क्वेरीज इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. आई विल बी आंसरिंग them as well and you can also email the queries at hello@edutab.co.in and you can also call us at 8146207241. So guys, we will keep on coming up with such more sessions as well in the upcoming future. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Wish you all happy learning.